So hey everybody, it's Amy Skaggs. I'm here at the Zebulon Community Center and the Zebulon Parks and Recs are going to be bringing you all some online classes since everyone is kind of hanging out at home. This morning we're going to do Pilates, and you guys will need to gather a few little things. If you have a mat, grab a mat. If you don't have a mat, then go ahead and grab a beach towel or a thick towel, or just go onto a carpeted floor. You also could probably use a towel. I'm going to be using a yoga bolster, but you can use a towel and roll it up tight, no problem. And then go grab one of your kids' bouncy balls, okay? Just make sure it's a little bit soft. Basketball is a little bit hard, okay? So we're going to get started. We're going to do this for about 40 minutes, so join in whenever you can. You can always hit pause if you need to go do something, so come on and join me. So I just want you to start seated, kind of get on your sit bones, sit up nice and tall. That's really important. Have a long spine and have your tailbone underneath you and not tucked under, okay? So you want to sit up nice and tall. We're going to roll the shoulders a few times just to start loosening up. Make sure you're taking some nice deep breaths. Good, let's do a couple more. Good, and settle those shoulders down your back, set up nice and tall, and let's just stretch over long. So you want to make sure your elbow is back and it's not forward here. So you want to reach over, maybe look up at the ceiling. Good, and then come back to the middle, and then we'll go to the other side. So you're going to reach up, look towards that ceiling. Good, and then come back to the middle. And then we're going to just rock from side to side with that, and that'll help warm up those muscles of the abs, nice and slow. Let's do a couple more. Good, and then come back to the middle. Roll the shoulders, make sure they're setting back and down. And I want you to sit up nice and tall again. Spine is nice and flat. And I just want you to gently twist. So you're just going to look to the side, or if you have the flexibility, you can look behind. Good, come back to the middle. And then go to the other side. Good, make sure you breathe. Don't hold your breath. And then come back to the middle. And then we're just going to take that torso in a little circle. So I just want you to roll around. And this is going to help loosen up your hips and loosen up your back. We'll do one more this way. Good. And then let's go back the other way, just to help loosen up that spine. Good. Last one. Good, and set up tall. So we just want to give a little stretch to that low back because we want our backs nice and loose. So legs are crisscrossed. I just want you to walk your fingers forward. Take a few deep breaths here. Don't worry about how far you can go. It's just until you feel a little stretch. And then come back up. And then we're going to switch legs. So you want to put the other leg in front. Make sure you're setting up tall. And then we're going to walk those fingers forward. Make sure you take a few deep breaths here. Good, and come up. All right, roll those shoulders back and down. So we're going to work on some breathing techniques that we use for Pilates. So for Pilates, we do rib breathing or chest breathing, and this allows us to hold the stomach in, but to continue to breathe. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. It's totally different than yoga breathing, where you breathe the full belly out and the belly in. So what I suggest you do, and we do this in our classes here, is we take a hand on the low tummy, so belly button and below, and then we take the other hand and put it on the ribs, or we put it on our chest. So this is where we want to feel the movement come from our breathing. So pull your belly button in. So pretend you put on your tight jeans, you know, the ones you have to lay on your bed to zip up. So you pulled your abs in nice and tight. Hands here or hand here. I'll show you both. So you're just going to, you can close your eyes if you need to. after you get kind of the hang of it. And you're just going to keep this tight, so this should not move, but this hand should. So I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. And if you watch my elbow, you'll see that it's lifting up, but this one is staying still because I'm holding that belly in tight. Now let's try it with the chest. So you're going to breathe in and exhale. Let's do one more. And exhale. Good. All right. So we're just going to continue that for a few deep breaths to really concentrate on pulling that belly button in and breathing here. So this translates to the floor that you can hold your belly button in and still breathe and get a good workout in and not pass out. All right. So I want you to breathe in and exhale. Again, keep pulling that low ab in and exhale. Let's do one more. And exhale. Good. Now release that because you've probably gotten stiff a little bit and uptight. So make sure you breathe. Okay, so we're going to roll down onto the mat. So you're going to come onto your back. And let's go down nice and slow. So you want to sit up nice and tall here. Tuck your chin into your chest. Pull that belly button in nice and tight. And slowly lower down. Just one vertebrae at a time. Good. And reach those arms overhead. Take a nice stretch here. Good. And then bring those arms down by your sides. Wiggle your hips a little bit. Now we're going to find a nice neutral spine. So this is also something that's very critical to doing Pilates, is you don't want to tuck your tailbone under to where your low back is pressed against the floor, and you cannot get your fingertips underneath your low back. You also do not want to have a large arch underneath your back to where you could slide your hands underneath. So we just kind of get right in the middle there. So you want a nice flat back, upper back. Your hips are nice and neutral, and you should just be able to slide your fingertips underneath your low back. All right, and then from there, I want you to pull the belly button in nice and tight. Feel like you have a 10-pound weight sitting on your low abs, okay? And then just wiggle around until you're kind of comfortable. All right, so we're going to just do a couple more little stretches. The first one we're going to do is just pull a knee into the chest. This will help lengthen that low back a little bit. And then extend that leg up, flex that foot, give it a little stretch. And then bend that knee, set that foot down. And then let's do the other. Pull the knee in first. And then extend that leg up and flex. Good. And then bend that knee and set that foot down. All right, wiggle those hips from side to side. All right, so we're going to start with our 100. This is the one everybody hates, but it gets you good and warm. So I'm going to give you a couple options. If you have neck issues or any stress in the top of your shoulders and neck, feel free to take that little bouncy ball that you just got and to place it right underneath the top of your neck or your shoulders, underneath your neck. And this just gives you a little bit of extra support so that you're not straining that upper back and neck, all right? Now, if that doesn't bother you, then fine, you can do without that. If you have any issues such as you have a neck fusion, you've had whiplash, you may want to keep your neck perfectly flat, and you can do that. That is no problem, okay? And then depending on those two situations, you may actually just hold your head and chest up and look between the knees. So we're going to start easy. We're not going to jump right into those hundreds yet. So I want you to bring your hands down by your sides. Relax. Relax your face. Make sure you're not crunching your face up. And we're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to exhale, roll the head and chest up. Look between the knees. and inhale back down. And exhale up. And inhale back down. Inhale, exhale up. Let's do one more. And exhale up. Good, and come back down. Rest for a second. We always say that's the best part of class, is that you get to rest for about 5 to 10 seconds. All right, now we're going to do a little bit more to warm those abs up. We're going to get the legs involved. So I want you to bring the legs to tabletop. So just bring them to tabletop here. Same thing, you're laying down flat. Now again, if you need the ball underneath your neck, feel free to put it there. We're going to inhale, exhale, come up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, up. Inhale, back down. Last one, exhale, up. Inhale, back down. Now if you like, you can pull those knees into your chest, because we're going to go right back to that tabletop here in a second. All right. Now, so you've got a few options here. If you're not using the ball for your head and neck, place the ball between your knees, okay? If you're using it on your head and neck, don't worry about it. Continue using it. Leave your legs right here. Exhale everything in. Inhale out. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now I want you to pull those knees into your chest. Take that nice little rest. You might even rock side to side. Make sure your low back is loose. All right. Now we're going to go into our hundreds. So with our hundreds, these are hard. So do what you can. If you need to take a break, feel free to take a break. All right. So again, you can put the ball underneath your head and neck. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that. You also can just have your head and neck up here. All right. Beginners, feet on the floor. Okay. If you feel a little bit more intermediate, you can bring your legs to tabletop. If you feel stronger, you can do legs here, or you could even bring them out. All right, as long as you feel no strain on the low back. I am going to demonstrate beginner and intermediate, so I'll do a little bit of both. All right, so we're going to roll that head and chest up, or have the ball underneath the neck, and we're just going to pack the air for 5 times. We're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest. Good. That should have been kind of hard. Take some nice deep breaths. And this is where we cue turning on the fan in class, because it gets hot after you do that. Good, you got those abs warmed up. All right, so we're going to set your left leg down. We're going to bring the right leg up. You can remove the ball if you like. Good, we're going to give that leg a little stretch here. All right, so your leg might not come all the way to here. You might not be as flexible, but take it where you can. All right, and then we're going to leave that leg up in the air. We'll bring those hands by your sides, and we're going to do leg circles. So you want to start with softball size circles, okay, about that big. We're going to really engage the abs here, hands are by your hips, and we're just going to draw a little circle on the ceiling. Okay, now you want to try to keep that leg up as much as you can, unless you feel some stress on the low back, and then bend your knee. Good, now go the other way. Again, those little circles. Your goal here is to keep your legs nice and still. Good, let's do one more. Good, then pull that knee in. And you may feel that right in here. You might feel it in your abs. All right, now we're going to take that leg right back up. We're going to do bigger circles. So think beach ball size, maybe even small hula hoop. Depends on your control and how good you can hold your abs in. So I just want you to take a bigger circle. So your goal here is to keep your abs nice and tight. Keep your hips as still as possible. So the only thing moving is the leg. Let's do one more. Good, now go the other way. Take that leg around. Got two more. And last one. Good, and then pull that knee in and set that foot down. Good, wiggle your hips from side to side in case you feel any tightness in the low back. All right, now we're going to take the other leg, bring it up, extend that leg out, give it a little stretch to start with. Good, then try to bring it about 90 degrees to your torso. Again, if you have any low back issues, feel free to bend the knee a little bit. All right, and then we're just going to draw those little itty bitty circles. All right, so nice and tight, pull that belly button in. Feel like you are being suctioned to the floor here. Good, and let's go the other way. Make sure you breathe. Last one. Good, pull that knee in, give it a little break. Good, and then we're going to bring that leg back up. Again, suction in those abs, pull them in tight. Now beach ball, small hula hoop size, whatever you can do to keep those abs nice and still. Make sure you breathe. Last one. Good, go the other way. Make sure that belly's tight. Last one. Good, pull that knee in. Good, and set that foot down. So those were your leg circles. They're really good to help build strength in the legs, right here in the quads and in your abs. All right, so we're going to get ready to do our single leg stretch. So this one's not too bad. And again, if you need the ball underneath your head and neck, feel free to get it there. All right, and then we're going to bring the legs to tabletop. So if you're not using the ball, roll your head and chest up and look in between the knees here. And we're just going to pull one knee in, so my hands are going underneath the knee, and extend that leg out. You're going to inhale and then exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep pulling that belly button in nice and tight. We have 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Good. Take a little break. You can set those feet down, pull those knees in. Leave the ball if you're using a ball, because we'll continue using it. All right. Now, I want you to bring one leg up, give it a nice stretch again, and then you're going to take the other leg out. Now, I like to hold the back of my knee, so I want you to inhale and exhale. Now, these are scissors. We have 4, 3, 2, and last set. Good. And pull those knees in. Good. Take a little break here. All right, now we're going to set those feet down. You can take the ball out if you like. And we're going to take the arms out into a T, and then we're going to drop the knees over to one side and look the opposite. And then come back to the middle, and then drop it to the other side. Look the opposite. Make sure you breathe. Good, and then come back to the middle. Now, we're going to work the obliques. So that's the sides of the waist. That's the sides that around your back and around your rib area. So go ahead and find that nice, comfortable spot again. We're going to start with the feet on the floor. And we're just going to take the hands behind the head. So you just want them to rest right behind the head. Let your head be heavy. Pull your belly button in tight and open up those arms. Okay, so try to not have them here. Try to have them open. Good. All right, then if you have to wiggle around, wiggle around. And then all we're going to do is just alternate sides. So we're going to take that left elbow towards that right knee. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale in the middle. Exhale. We have 2 more each side. Good, last one. Good, and then release. Do make sure you let your neck have a rest here. All right, then we're going to bring the legs up to tabletop. Bring those hands back behind the head again. I like to interlace my fingers behind my head, but it's whatever's comfortable to you. We're going to bring those legs up to tabletop. We're going to hold them here. So you're going to engage that low ab. You want to keep your hips as still as possible. And we're going to do that same movement again. You're going to inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. We have 2 more. And then last set. And rest. Good. So you do want to let that low back release. All right, so anytime that you're doing these and you need to go back to the level 1 where your feet are on the floor, so if you're feeling any strain in your low back, you want to come right back to here, okay? So make sure that you know you have that option. You do not have to do exactly as I'm doing, okay? So anytime any stress or pain, come right back to here, all right? So we're going to do the last one. This one is a little bit harder. So again, if you need to moderate, moderate. We're going to bring those legs back up to tabletop. Hands are behind those heads. And then all we're going to do is bring that left elbow towards that right knee and extend that left leg. So you're just doing opposites and opposite. Inhale middle, exhale side. All right, we got 4, 3, 2, last set. Good, and rest. So I want you just to wiggle those hips around. If you need to, you can always do that little twist from side to side. You need to loosen up that back. Good, come back to the middle. Maybe do the other side. Good, all right. Now from here, we're just gonna roll over onto the stomach. So I just want you to come on over. All right, and then just go ahead and lay all the way down. Do make sure that you have room on your mat or towel for your face to be right here. And then I want you to stack your hands, relax your hips, relax your tummy, and just rest your forehead down. So you want to totally release the low back. You want to take some nice deep breaths here. Good. One more deep breath. Make sure you release that low back. Good. All right. Now, I want you to draw your hands back by your shoulders. Okay? So both hands are back by the shoulders, just like this. Draw your elbows back. Make sure your neck is long. And then what I want you to do is tuck your tailbone under and then pull your belly button in. All right? If you need a reference, think of having an ice cube underneath your belly button and you don't want it to touch. And our feet are going to stay on the floor. So what we're going to do is these little baby cobra lifts. So I want you just to inhale, belly's tight. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lift down. Lift up. And come down. Let's do one more. Lift up. And come back down. Good. So take that rest. Rest your head down. Take some nice deep breaths here. Release your back. All right. So from here, we're just going to draw those hands back by the shoulders again. I want you to pull that belly button in and tuck that tailbone. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to lift again. Lift that chest. And then if you can, slide your arms forward into a Sphinx pose. Keep your belly button tight. Tuck your tailbone. And then we're just going to come back down. You're going to slide your hands to here. And then we're going to slide back up. Now, if you have bad low back issues, then I just want you to stay in that low cobra. So right here, doing that little lift up and coming down. Otherwise, let's do one more. Pull that belly button in, and we're just going to lift up. I want you to try to look forward and come back down. Good. And we're going to take a little rest again. Let that low back release. You might wiggle your hips around. You can rest your forehead down. Take a few nice deep breaths here. Good. Let's do one more deep breath. Good. Now I want you to tuck that tailbone again. Pull that belly button in. And we're going to reach the arms out to the front. And we're just going to do opposite arm and leg. So you're just going to lift opposite and opposite. Make sure the neck is long. Pull your belly button in nice and tall. Good. Let's do a couple more. And last one on each side. Good. All right, rest. And then I want you to draw your hands back by your shoulders again. I want you to press yourself up and then come to your hands and knees. All right, so I want you to walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. Pull your belly button in nice and long. Good. Now I want you to pull your belly button in, make sure that back is straight, make sure your neck is here, you're not looking from side to side or looking forward, make sure your neck is long. And then we're just going to do that opposite arm and leg. So we're going to take a leg out, reach the opposite arm. So it's left leg, right hand, and come back in, switch sides, right leg, left hand. Let's do one more on each side. Left leg, right hand, come back in, switch sides. Good, and then rest. Now we're going to take the knees wide, toes together, set back on your heels, and then I just want you to walk your hands forward and come into your child's pose. Stretch that back out. Good, then slowly push yourself back up, and then we're going to come over and have a seat. Okay, so now I want you to grab your ball that you had, all right? And we're just going to do some upper body workout here a little bit. So we're going to start with the ball. Like I said, it should have a little give to it, like it'd be a little bit of a rubber ball. And you're going to just hold on to it tight. So my hands are here, just like this. And I'm going to give that ball a squeeze. Now you're sitting up nice and tall. Again, you're wearing your tight jeans. You're pulling that low belly button in. And then all we're going to do is give it a squeeze, and you're going to curl in. So bring that ball towards your face. And here you're working your biceps and your forearms. Good, let's do a couple more. Good, last one. Good, now extend those arms out, roll those shoulders back and down again. All right, and then I want you to bend your elbows. Now my elbows are in, so don't let them come out to here. Keep them here, and then little presses up. So this is going to work your upper back, your shoulders, and you might feel it in your biceps too. Again, I'm keeping pressure on that ball. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down, release, roll those shoulders. All right, now we're going to bring it back out to the front, bend those elbows, and then if you can, bring those elbows up as high as you can. Now that ball, I'm keeping a nice squeeze on the ball, and I'm going to bring it towards the back of my head and bring it back up. And my elbows are staying alongside my ears, so they're not coming out here. You want to keep them in as much as possible. And this is going to target your upper back, your shoulders, and your triceps. Good, we have 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we'll give that upper body a little bit of a break. We're going to take that ball and we're just going to place it between our knees. We joke in Pilates class that we do it better than Suzanne Summers because we use other things. We don't have to buy special equipment, just an exercise ball. So you can set up tall like this, or you can come back, whatever feels good, and we're just going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So this is working those inner thighs. Good, so we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for a second. All right, and then we're just going to do little pulses. So again, you can set up here or you can lean back, and you're not using your hands, they're just for support if you're here, and just little pulses. So we're just going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for a second, and we're going to do that again. All right, here we go. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take that out. Your inner thighs are now probably feeling that a little bit. So we're not going to hold on to the toes here to stretch it out. We're going to hold on to the ankles and just pull down. Now if your knees are here, take those elbows and press gently against it. Make sure you breathe. Get a nice little stretch here. Good, and slowly come up. Now we're going to take that ball, we're going to place it underneath one of the feet here. You can lean back slightly, and then we're going to take this leg and we're going to flex, and then we're just going to tap, tap, tap. Make sure that belly's tight, so you're pulling your belly button in. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Do the other leg. Take it over there. Turn that toe out a little bit and lift, lift. Flex that foot. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a little break. Now we're just going to set that ball to the side. This is everybody's favorite. So we're going to pull the knee in. When I say that, I'm being sarcastic. So you're going to flex the foot. Now you do what you can. So if you start to cramp here, take a break. All right. So I'm going to flex that foot. Little lifts. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is really good for the muscles of the quadriceps, and they wrap around the knees. So this helps protect the knees a little bit. Flex that foot. Little lifts. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake those legs out. You're probably feeling it right in here. All right. Now, so let's get a good stretch. So it's always good to do that at the end of a workout. So I want you just to find your hips again. So you're going to wiggle around. You're going to flex your feet, reach your arms up, and reach forward. Okay, and just release and just breathe. Good, and slowly come up. Good, now I want you to bring one foot to the inside of that thigh. Square your hips off to the front, reach up, and forward fold. Make sure you breathe, lots of air. And then slowly come up, and we're going to switch sides. Good, sit up tall, and then I want you just to reach that foot forward. Good, make sure you breathe. Good, and come up. All right, so I told you all to make sure you had a towel. Like I said, I'm using a bolster. This is quite a bit heavier than a towel. So what you're going to do with a towel is you're actually going to take it and you're going to loop it underneath your feet, okay? And then you would be able to hold it here. All right, so I'm going to try this. We'll see and get a hold of it. All right, and then I'm just going to reach forward. If you're at home using a towel, you're going to pull the ends, pull it towards you here. Make sure you breathe. Good, and then take that off. And then same thing, you can keep the legs out to the front or you can crisscross, stay comfortable. You have your towel holding it here. I'm going to hold this just like I would a towel. And I'm going to set up tall and I'm going to twist and I'm going to hold it. A little bit deeper stretch here. And then come back to the middle and then go to the other side. Good, and then come back to the middle. Good, set that aside. Good, roll that shoulder. All right, and then we're going to reach that arm just like we did at the beginning. Over, and then come back, and then do the other side. And then come back to the middle. Good, walk those fingers forward. Stretch out that low back. Should feel a little bit looser now. And come up. Good, switch those legs. Good, sit up tall. Walk those fingers forward. And release. Good, I want you to roll the shoulders back and down. Good, maybe wiggle your neck from side to side. And we're going to take 2 deep breaths. Now this time you don't have to have your tight jeans on. You can let it all hang out. All right, we're all good at that. So let's take 2 deep breaths. Big inhale up. And exhale. 1 more, inhale up. And exhale. And thank you guys for working out with me. Join us for some other classes this week.